Now in this video, we'll cover the fundamentals of computer flight planning with your Golden Eagle FlightPrep flight planner, including the following. For a little bit of a perspective, we'll present a short overview of computer flight planning. Then, we'll cover installing Golden Eagle FlightPrep, followed by the Jumpstart tutorial, in which we'll cover in a step-by-step format your first flight planning session, such as how to register Golden Eagle FlightPrep, how to complete the initial setup, how to select and edit your aircraft, how to plan a typical flight, how to receive a DUATS weather briefing, and how to download DUATS weather graphics and output reports. Now, let's begin with a little background. One of the first things you learned in ground school was that safe, efficient use of your airplane depends on complete and accurate flight planning. You learned that for a complete flight plan, you needed accurate route information, such as waypoints, identifiers, route, altitude, course, winds, fuel, distance, time, and ground speed data. In addition to this information, a prudent pilot also needs to get all pertinent weather information for planned flights. Finally, the course is plotted on an aviation chart for review during our flight. Now, in the past, we did this with paper and pencil, and the FAA still makes us go through these steps manually as part of our ground school training. We quickly learned that this is very time-consuming and prone to errors. Fortunately, nowadays, computer flight planners have taken much of the tedium out of flight planning, and today, most pilots use computer flight planners of some type. Golden Eagle FlightPrep now has taken this flight planning task to an even higher plane, no pun intended, integrating the entire process from route planning through weather interpretation all the way to flight plan filing. Golden Eagle FlightPrep pretty much automates the flight planning process. While you can plan your flight in any sequence you like, most pilots begin with a destination in mind. Now, suppose we want to fly from our home base in Aurora, Oregon to, say, Las Vegas, Nevada, in our Bonanza. Well, we'll just enter the departure and destination here. And let's fly on the airways. Now, we could just as easily have flown direct or using our GPS. All right, here we go. Golden Eagle FlightPrep quickly builds your route and draws it on the map. Now, if Golden Eagle FlightPrep is connected to the internet, the TFRs will also be available in graphical form. They're drawn in unmistakable red to keep us out of trouble. Now, again, assuming we're still connected to the internet, Golden Eagle FlightPrep has downloaded automatically the winds aloft for this flight as well. Okay, now check the flight log. We see that we can fly this distance non-stop in this specified time using this amount of fuel with this reserve fuel remaining. But you say, what about the weather? Well, good point. We'll just select the Weather tab and get some weather graphics. We'll add the contiguous 48WX and contiguous 48 Sat-NexRad charts. Now, for this example, we'll select All for both choices and connect to DUATS. Now we're ready to use the DUATS weather products for flight planning. Now, here are some example weather maps. These include current conditions, NexRad still and looping graphics, forecasts, and more. Now, returning to the Chart tab, we can overlay our weather on our planning chart. This is useful to make the route changes based on weather conditions. Just take your mouse, drag and drop waypoints, and make whatever changes you need to your route. The available DUATS planning commands allow us additional options. These include online flight planning, encoding, decoding, planning on preferred routes, filing flight plans, canceling flight plans, and closing flight plans. Now, by selecting the Briefing tab, we get access to additional DUATS flight planning briefings, ranging from Standard WX Route, Standard WX Area, Outlook, and abbreviated briefings. Now finally, we'll select the Reports tab. Here, we can print the flight log, flight plan, and the trip kit. Now each of these reports follows standard FAA formatting and is designed to be used for flight planning purposes. Now in addition to the standard reports, the custom strip charts are handy for in-cockpit use. Selecting the Briefing tab provides additional DUATS flight planning briefings. Now, these include the standard Outlook and abbreviated briefings. But before we can enjoy the benefits of computer flight planning, we need to do a little learning, and that's where the Jumpstart tutorial comes in. Oh, and by the way, you may want to stop this video as you move along and follow through on your computer.